Chapter 49. There never used to be yellow-spotted lizards in the town of Green Lake. They didn't come into the area until after the lake dried up, but the town folk had heard about the red-eyed monsters living in the desert hills. One afternoon, Sam, the onion man, and his donkey, Mary Lou, were returning to his boat, which was anchored just a little offshore. It was late in November, and the peach trees had lost most of their leaves. "Sam!" someone called. He turned around to see 3 men running after him, waving their hats. He waited. "Afternoon, Walter, Bo, Jesse," he greeted them as he walked up, catching their breath. "Glad we caught you," said Bo. "We're going rattlesnake hunting this morning." "We want to get some of your lizard juice," said Walter. "I ain't as scared of no rattlesnake," said Jesse. "But I don't want to come across one of those red-eyed monsters. I saw one once and that was enough. I knew about the red eyes, of course, but I didn't know about those big black teeth." "It's their white tongues that gets me," said Bo. Sam gave each of the boys 2 bottles of pure onion juice. He told them to drink 1 bottle before going to bed that night, and then half a bottle in the morning, and then half a bottle around lunchtime. "You sure this stuff works?" asked Walter. "I'll tell you what," said Sam. "If it doesn't, you can come back next week and I'll give you your money back." Walter looked unsure as Bo and Jesse laughed. And Sam laughed too. Even Mary Lou let out a rare hee-haw. "Just remember," Sam told the men before he left, "it's very important that you drink the bottle tonight. You got to get it into your bloodstream. The lizards, they don't like onion blood." Stanley and Zero sat in the back seat of Miss Marengo's BMW. The suitcase lay between them. It was locked, and they decided they'd let Stanley's father try to open it in his workshop. "You don't know what's in it, do you?" she asked. "No," said Stanley. "I didn't think so." The air conditioning was on, but as they drove, the windows were open as well. "No offense, but you boys really smell bad." Ms. Marengo explained that she was a patent attorney. "I'm helping your father with a new product he's invented. He happened to mention your situation, so I did a little investigating. Clyde Livingston's sneakers were sold sometime before 3:15. I found a young man named Derek Doone who said that at 3:20 you were in the bathroom, fishing your notebook out of the toilet. 2 girls remember seeing you come out of the boys' restroom carrying a wet notebook." Stanley felt his ears redden. Even after everything he'd been through, the memory still caused him to feel such shame. "So, you couldn't have stolen them," said Miss Marengo. "He didn't. I did," said Zero. "You did what?" said Miss Marengo. "I stole the sneakers." The lawyer actually turned around while driving and looked at him. "I didn't hear that, and I advise you to make sure I don't hear it again." "What did my father invent?" Stanley asked. "Did he finally find a way to recycle sneakers?" "No, he's still working on that," explained Miss Marengo. "But he invented a product that eliminates foot odor. Here, I've got a sample in my briefcase. I wish I had more. You 2 could bathe in it." She opened the briefcase with one hand and passed a small bottle back to Stanley. It had a fresh and somewhat spicy smell. He handed it to Zero. "What's it called?" Stanley asked. "Well, we haven't come up with a name yet," said Miss Marengo. "It smells familiar," said Zero. "Peaches, right?" said Miss Marengo. "That's what everyone says. Like spiced peaches." A short while later, both boys fell asleep. Behind them, the sky had turned dark, and for the first time in over 100 years, a drop of rain fell into the empty lake. Part 3. Filling in the holes.